Howie Rubin, former investment fund manager for George Soros, has been accused of rape, assault, and human trafficking in a $27 million lawsuit filed by 3 Florida women, 2 of which are former Playboy bunnies. They allege that they were contacted on Instagram by a third party representing Rubin. The women were told that Rubin was interested in meeting with them and that they would fly out to his house, immediately informed that they must sign a non-disclosure agreement. Once signed, the women would meet him at his house where he drugged and violently raped and beat them in his sex dungeon. One woman was beaten so hard that she passed out as he was demanding that she call him daddy. 2 of the women claimed that he said, "I'm going to rape you like I rape my daughter." Another woman claims that he punched her so hard, her breast implant flipped. Howard Rubin is infamous for losing $250 million at Merrill Lynch. Later on, the New York Times would report that it was much higher, actually, something like $370 million. And this would lead to his firing. In 2008, he came out of retirement to manage a mortgage-backed securities fund for George Soros run by Soros Fund Management, and he quit the firm in 2015. Plaintiffs charge that Rubin and other individuals and entities in the enterprise who also perpetuated acts of obstruction of justice violated the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act and the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, and are liable for a series of other claims including assault, battery, illegal imprisonment, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. I can't pretend to be too surprised at this point, as more and more creeps seem to be coming out into the light. I am doing my best to avoid the listen and believe mentality, but when there are more than 2 accusers, I tend to take the allegations more seriously. There is a possibility that they are lying, and that they are opportunists who realize that following Harvey Weinstein, they can become famous and wealthy just by making these accusations public. I am inclined to believe them, but I hope that there is something more than somebody's word to go on. If we can find these third parties that the women allege were gathering women for Rubin via Instagram, perhaps we can verify, to some degree, some of their story. Rubin declined to comment on the allegations when he was contacted by the New York Post. That is another piece of relevant information. If he didn't do it, surely he would feel secure enough in saying this didn't happen at all, and that they would have to have evidence that doesn't exist in order to bring these charges against me, and so I deny the charges. The fact that he remained silent in an effort to not implicate himself speaks volumes, but I guess we will have to see how it turns out.